Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Agastocles Statements back with another episode of My Gaming Diary on the Rounding Off Infinity gaming channel on YouTube. You join me already in progress playing a round of Race 07, the WTCC game. So I'm in a practice session right now, and I've been continuing to play with the Thrustmaster Ferrari 458 Italia racing wheel and pedals, just trying to get everything kind of dialed in here. So actually, controls seem pretty good. As you see, even though it's detected the racing wheel here, my Ferrari 458 racing wheel, for some reason it automatically loaded up the Logitech G27 racing wheel profile, but I'm setting this up as a 360 controller custom profile. And what I need to do now from the practice session I've just played, by the way, I've gotten some weird disconnects of, I think, my HDMI to DisplayPort or DisplayPort to HDMI connector. I don't really know why, but that may interrupt the video here and there. What I would need to do now is, it seems like my steering has a really big dead band, so I'm trying to figure out where that's located. Speed sensitive steering. Analog sector, steering sensitivity, so that is zeroed out. I have to believe that has something to do with it, so I'm going to bump it up a little. I'm not really going to go hog wild with it. Throttle sensitivity, brake sensitivity, and clutch sensitivity. I definitely want to increase my brake brake, because they're on the same analog axis, that are just positives and negatives. Sure. Not sure why I can't get test zone. Not sure why I can't get to these at all. Not really certain what the point is of that. Now let's go ahead and enable force feedback. I don't want high. Let's go medium. Bump that up to 10%. Reverse effects. Steering force. Let's bump that up a little. Steering vibration. Now this Ferrari 458 Italia does have rumble effects or force feedback, so I want to get a little feedback in. What was that? That was off. Reverse effects. Yeah, we'll turn those on. Just don't really understand. The other thing I want to do is I want to I've seen where vehicle, you can't G4 simulation, look to apex cockpit camera movement, real seat positions, reflection effects, field of view, LOD. So it looks like I'm going to have to do that outside of alright, so with those settings set, let's go back out for another practice run. Currently no limiter in the pit lane. I feel like steering is a little bit more sensitive. Come on, man. And what I haven't liked here is really have to crank the wheel over now. I don't know if that's the car or was pretty short. He'd seen a dent when he got into the back of me. So it's got some oversteer, but I feel like it's like in my oversteer comfort zone, so I may not monkey too much more with these settings. I feel like I have a really decent What I don't like is how the car like straightens up when you hit the brakes. I know that's realistic, but those cars don't like to get their noses over under braking. Might actually have a winner here with this calibration. Now, what I've been fighting with this controller for the longest time is the tendency for the vehicle to snap back to center whenever after I get the wheel over. Okay, now that drafting maneuver is the thing that did not work. Just gotta keep them coming flying down that straight. So I'll give you a little bit of the in-cockpit view here. Oh no! So this is just in practice right now, so that so as you can tell, I'm driving an Alfa Romeo. This game doesn't have a lot of car options. There are only like 5 or 6. Now this is a heavily modded game, so it may be that in order to get to a lot of car options, you have to the car definitely starts to go sideways in the turns, but I feel like it responds really well to counter steering. Alright, so I think I got this well enough, so let's return to the garage. Qualifying. Ow. This is something that I never do well on, but we'll give it the old college try here. Let's see, can I adjust the visual options now? No. So I wonder, has it saved? Hope when I come back in that it puts me back in that championship. I do want to adjust the visual options though. Car deformation, visible steering wheel, okay, maximum visible vehicles. G-force simulation, look to apex, cockpit camera, disable collision. Seat positions, performance monitor. Auto change settings and target frame rate. General detail. Oh no. Let's go to max it out. Reflections, max. Texture quality. I mean, there's no reason. Now, again, I'm playing with SLI disabled because 512 megabytes of graphics memory. I have like 8 gigabytes of graphics memory on these cards. So I think I'm fine. Yeah, so you should be good. No, reset that. Championship. Continue championship. Yep. Yeah, see, it only has like 5 vehicle types there. Got kind of some long load times is the only thing. So this is working out to be pretty cool. It's actually a snow day. I've taken a day off from work because school systems were closed both where I am and where I work. So not a heck of a lot more detail got added to that vehicle. It may just not be that much more available in the texture maps. Oh, yeah, it's definitely better. You can definitely see where it's smoothed out. Car ahead. And my problem now is I just don't really know. Yeah, so what you need to do is you need to brake. Yeah, it's just much like in particular sports car GT games and Formula 1 games, you really need to brake and then let off the brake as you nose into the turn. Because the car nose just doesn't want to get over. I believe what I have to do is I have to go around the track once. Trying not to get too rowdy here on just this opening lap. This is kind of just a warm-up lap, and then I believe I'll start seeing my time run. This is again a thing that I tend to not do well, is tend to not push myself very hard, or I'm not consciously aware of somebody that I need to catch. Feeling pretty comfortable with the car setup right now. Let's see what we get here. Okay, I got my lap timer running. Guy just came out of the pit. Catching a guy up ahead here. Yes. Car just didn't even get its nose over at all. I wonder if I need to tune up that speed-sensitive steering. Now that all being said, I didn't lose too much time with this guy. Just get a little draft off him. Squeeze up here. No. Now what it's not going to show is I don't think it's going to show my actual standing until I complete a lap. To indicate it's a really tight turn. I think I really just need to understand how the car handles being under brake, going into a turn with a little more specificity. I think you can let off that brake and get right back on the throttle. I need a slightly better feel for it than I have right now. Coming in at around 130. Whoa! Into pole. Now that's because it's very early, right? Not managing that turn, you gotta figure that out. So at a minimum, I'm going to go back around for another qualifying lap. This one and the next one. The problem with timed qualifying sessions like this is you start off really well and you're tempted to wrap up your qualifying session early, but as everybody else comes out onto the track, other people will best your time if you wrap the session up too early. On that turn. As you can see, I've already dropped to fourth, and my best time is 1:33.251. People are already hounding my time. Dropped to sixth. And really not wrapped around the axle about being on pole. I would just like to not be at the complete, the end of the longest line all the way at the back.
Caution, single yellow flag in sector 3, no overtaking.
131 back into pole, okay. Yes, I will entirely ignore the yellow flag. Alright, so I think you have finally figured that turn out. Nice, get on it. Just need to not come flying down here completely out of control. Haven't really been paying attention to what my speeds are now. That in and of itself should give me a no. That'll bring out the yellow flag. Now that's because overall you came down into that sector with a lot more speed than you normally do, because normally you're still accelerating coming off of hamming up the first corner. Now what you need to do is figure out how to string those corners together. The best time so far is 131.231. I really love this. The really wide field of view here allows me to easily look up in the right-hand corner of my HUD to see some of my telemetry. A lot of racing games, I really struggle trying to do that and find kind of obscure telemetry data and wind up crashing. I'm overly distracted trying to find that data. Okay, so I haven't bettered my best lap time. Still holding on to pole though. Now what I'm going to try and do is string. Okay, down at 60 miles per hour. I should definitely be able to nail this turn. Then I think it's not the next turn, but the turn after that I had resulting problems with during sector 2. Don't really see any nose damage, so that's good. Right, this is where I flubbed it up because I was coming down through here a lot faster. I hadn't boned up the turn before. Oh no. Hold it steady and get back on the track.
Caution, single yellow flag in sector 2, no overtaking.
I didn't completely throw it off, but I do think I am going to go back around for one more qualifying lap. Whoa, what was that? I might not have been the game. That might have been my girls upstairs. Oh, somebody stuck by the side of the road there. Okay, so 70 miles per hour seems to be the speed at which I can kind of safely corner at high speed. Still not going to better my best overall lap time. Now what's happened at this point is my chair and the pedals have gotten a bit out of kind of optimal positioning. Again, since I've been able to see the telemetry really well, and I have this really wide field of view. So now it's the sector 2 turn. I need to make sure I get down correctly. And the turn after that. As I nailed one, I flubbed the other. Nose that down to 60 miles per hour as I came through there, so I have this tight left-hander here. And the wheel rotated to max turn angle. So now, if this game is as good in race as it is in practicing and qualifying, should actually be a neat little racing game. And again, I feel bad that I've slept on it and not played it as much as I have. This thing, I think, this is the game that has a little weirdness where if you load up mod packs and stuff, it causes some problems. So when you're playing the Steam version, oh, that still wasn't my best time. A little slower than I have been the last few times. After falling asleep on the wheel. Now I'm obsessed with that 131. Probably completely unnecessarily driving these extra laps. My red corner left-hander. A little tighter on than normal, so I had to take off a little bit more speed. Again, this is a highly modified game, and there should definitely be extra cars and tracks out there. If I get this calibration run nailed today, well, we definitely need to try and download some of that stuff. Add some more customization options to this. I'm really liking what I'm playing so far. That's weird with the rumble enabling at 10%, like I'm not, Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just accept that qualifying time as it is. Turn to the garage. So let's see. Nobody's really down around my times. Just go ahead and take that. Alright, so it does have me on pole, looks like. Closest Alfa Romeo is James Thompson in 4th. Race monitor. Weather forecast. Track is dry. Alright, so looking forward to this. Had a pretty good time, pretty good session in Project Cars, but I'm definitely looking to get some racing games set up and calibrated to use with this wheel and pedals, because I feel like I have not tuned enough games to work with this thing. Now, the truth of the matter is I talked a little bit earlier in my Project Cars racing session about how I kind of regretted passing up the opportunity to upgrade the wheel and pedals this week. And one of the things that I made a mistake on is I didn't realize that I only paid $90 for this wheel and pedals setup. I thought I had paid a lot more. Yeah, so my name is a little out of sync with these other guys. I guess I just accepted the default name that it gave me, which it probably took from my Steam profile username. So I wonder, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go in and adjust that now that I've already started the season, but we'll see. So I've got trying to figure out which button it will accept. Oh, there we go. Pause, no, unpause it. What? Oh, we're doing a rolling start? Yeah, I don't like that at all. That calibration on the wheel is a little questionable because I feel like I'm holding it a little bit left. I wonder every once in a while, particularly with an older racing game, when you do something kind of wonky, like pause it in the middle of the start sequence, and say have the wheel turn when comes back in, it will tune up the calibration. When I'm not pushed things too hard, as I seem to be way ahead of the pack. So I don't know. I don't remember what I set the difficulty settings at, so that may have something to do with what's going on here. Starting to get a little better feel for what the car audio sounds like when I'm down at my good cornering speed, down in kind of the 60s and low 70s. And I'm like 3 seconds ahead of the next car. 5 laps to go. Now that was the first time that pumping the brakes has successfully brought my speed down a lot. That's a typical thing that you have to do in a Codemasters game, is you kind of pump the brakes, and that will give you some additional braking capacity if you're too hot going into a corner. Really got to work on my look aheads today. It took me a while to get that down in Project Cars. Felt like, oh, do I have people gaining? No, I may have hit a loop on the other side of the track. I wonder if there's something setting that I have to hit to get the mini-map to come up. If this thing has a mini-map. Right now I'm not really feeling a whole lot of rumble effects, and I'm wondering if I just set that too low at like 10%. Alright, so I'm going to go around one more time like this. If I'm still like way out ahead of the next guy, I'm going to go to the in-cockpit view. So that's I can see right now one of the mistakes that I've been doing is I've been queuing on the audio. And what I thought I was down at the speed I needed to be at, I was actually up at 80, which is 80 will put you over in the grass with this car. Low to mid 70s will work, but you really got to then let it decelerate a little further going into the turn. Good thing is I can look in the upper left-hand corner at the telemetry and see if I've thrown it so much at the other car. The next guy in the pack is catching up. I'm still almost a full 7 seconds ahead. Although he has chewed down to 5. So I'm going to be switching to the in-cockpit view here. There we go. See how well I drive that. Need to chop down to 5 seconds so I took those corners a little slower. Seating position now, I've actually got the pedals a little too close. It's actually causing my brake ankle to be a little cramped and sore. Now this I feel more comfortable doing. The kind of become familiar with the track. It says it slides it off into the grass again. Rough car to a complete stop. That is not good. Great. Now I can actually see the guy. Oh, rearview mirrors work well. Alright, you need to drive this car with confidence, whether that confidence is real or not. I kind of lulled myself into a greater sense of calm to try and conserve tires, but I just need to get my bottom moving. Really warm down here. Probably shouldn't be playing this racing game. Stressing out and oh no. It's too hot. I was up at 80 and I thought I was lower. 3 seconds ahead of that next car behind. Yeah, like I said, kind of what caused this whole revisitation of whether or not I wanted to stick with this wheel and pedals is because I really want to invest in a base that clamps it down and holds it in position. But I didn't want to invest in a base that was compatible with this wheel and pedals if I really need to upgrade. I mean, I've had 2 solid calibration runs today, so you know what, I am playing on my primary gaming laptop, my desktop. Sitting up a little in the chair now to see if I can kind of be a little bit more comfortable in my racing position. Ergos today are pretty good. Normally a big problem I have is I like to clamp the wheel and pedals down onto the center of the desk, but in a twin monitor setup, I usually have the monitors kind of bracketed left and right of center, so I usually have the wheel and pedals clamped down in the center, but then the screen I'm actually looking at is off to the left, but today I've actually got it had enough room, because these monitors over here are smaller, to have moved my main monitor back up and centered it up on the wheel. Now later this week, when I get the 4K monitor in, which is a 27-incher, right now at this workstation, I've got a 25-inch Spectre and a 23-inch Acer, but when the 27-inch 4K monitor comes in, I may not have that much space. So maybe back to same old. Alright, well, not too bad. Zoom, continue to results. So came in 5 seconds ahead of the next guy. Oh! So, I didn't know that you actually had, like, damage in this. I mean, I knew it had damage, but I didn't know it was like rally where you have to address it in between. Second race. Really just want to push whatever button I have to push to get this thing to start. But I definitely don't want it to pause and... Oh, whoa. Go. I guess this is my handicap off the first race. I wonder if they've added weight, because what they do at WTCC is more... that's ridiculous. Alright, all my systems show green though. Come on, I'm under control. Position 6 of 20.
Single yellow flag in
Yeah, you think?
No overtaking.
Doesn't look like I got too hammered in that pile up. I really gotta settle down and get comfortable, get back in my groove. That's a lot easier to do when you're out in front by yourself and can kind of get your rhythm down without anybody breaking your flow. No, I'm in the grass. I could get no break. No break. In the middle of the pack here. Well, this is why they do this, I guess, so that you can't just coast. Gotta really get my eyes up ahead on the track and set up for these turns well in advance. Got a little room. Quit locking it. Always exciting when the racing game forces you to actually drive the car and not just go for a tour around the track.
Yellow flag in sector 3, no overtaking.
Nice. Oh, no, don't fishtail out. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty good for look left to break from. Outside of the turn, good call. Squeeze back to the inside. He's trying to cut me off. I'm making an outside pass. I still know that my steering's not that precise. They kind of give him an outside in there. Now if I can keep him pinned down, there we go. May not be pretty or graceful, but if it leads to a win, gotta be okay with that. Yep, now once again, as often happens in my racing career, or gaming career, I feel awful because I'm having a great time with this wheel and pedals, and for like the last several months I've just felt like dorking with wheels and pedals hasn't been productive. I've actually lost gaming time because I spend a lot of time trying to get the wheel and pedals calibrated and comfortable with the setup, and then I don't get any actual gaming done. Neither gaming nor recording. So, and the big thing that I've done to change it is I have actually downloaded the version 1.2 now, but the Microsoft drivers for Xbox 360 controllers for Windows 7 64-bit. There were no Windows 10 drivers, and what I was actually trying to do was I read somewhere that somebody said, you know, you really need to download the controller-specific drivers for Thrustmaster wheels and pedals in general, but kind of wheels and pedals overall, which I'd never done. I just always plug these things in and assume that they just conform to kind of a standard driver interface. And when I went to the Thrustmaster site and found this specific wheel and pedals, it actually linked me over to the Microsoft site for the Xbox 360 controller drivers, and then in-game, rather than trying to configure them as a specific brand name custom controller, I've just set it up as a 360 controller, and they're both project cars in this game. It's pretty much worked perfectly without all of the sturm and drang that I've gone through. So I'm going to switch to the in-cockpit view now and see how I do. I'm actually further ahead now than I was last race, where I really threw things off in the final 2 laps. But this could lead to a whole new experience over the next year and enjoyment of getting back into racing sims. I've really kind of fallen off because I enjoyed playing with the 360 controller, like the actual 360 controller, which is what I've been using. I gotta get. Let's pause. I gotta figure out. Yeah. Turn those window wipers off. But this may lead to me falling back in love with racing sims. Like I said, I enjoy playing them with the 360 controllers, but I tend not to be passionate about it as much as when I'm playing with wheels and pedals. So let's hope that this keeps that up. So I'm getting actually near to the end of this gaming session, and I haven't run out of hardware yet. Which, if you watch the Project Cars video that precedes this one, you will already know, but just because I know certain people watch different videos, we'll run it down real quick. So, this afternoon I'm playing on my primary gaming desktop, which is powered by an Intel Core i7. Skylake, no it's not, it's actually the backup gaming desktop. So, powered by an AMD, I think it's FX. This is the 6-core, like 6860 or 6890, something like that, processor. 32 gigabytes of DDR, 1866 RAM, and 2 GeForce GTX 1070 cars rigged in SLI. Now, this game that I'm playing today, which is Race 07, the game, is not compatible with SLI, so I'm actually just powering this by the gigabyte GeForce GTX 1070 card that is installed in the first slot. In the other slot I have a Zotac Founders Edition GeForce 1070. I am recording today using the AverMedia Game Capture HD2 C285 standalone PVR, GVR, whatever you want to call it. I do have both video and audio coming in over HDMI to that standalone box, which I've also rigged with a 1 terabyte laptop hard drive. No video today because if I had a webcam, the C285 doesn't have a direct input for it, so I would have to cut and intermix that video after the fact. Nice
finish. You won the race. Very well done.
And I'm using the Gamerdate Android app to remotely control the C285. I am taking advantage. It does have 2 analog ports, which I love on this device, so I do have a Re-Rai 3.5mm condenser microphone plugged into it, and that's what I'm using for the voiceover commentary. And then I have to get the in-game audio into my own headphones, since the Re-Rai is an open-air mic. I have a 3.5mm stereo plug plugged into the microphone or headphone port on the C285. That cable ends on the other end with 2 split-out RCA jacks, which I have plugged into my Behringer Xenix 302 USB hardware mixer, which I'm powering by direct power from an electrical outlet. It's not hooked up to the PC over USB. And then I have the switches on the hardware mixer set to accept that line in input and send it over to the headphone jack, where I'm using my Samson SR850 headphones. And like I mentioned, I am playing with the Thrustmaster Ferrari 458 Italia wheel and pedal setup. Now that I have these working, some things that I may consider doing. I may still think about upgrading to a new wheel and pedals, since I'm a little more confident now that I should be able to get them calibrated. But what I may do is you can add the Pro pedals to this, which is a 3-pedal setup with a clutch, even though I almost never drive in manual. You can actually also add the gear shifter peripheral, which Thrustmaster makes, so that may be another possibility. But like I said, my main thing is I just want to get a wheelbase that kind of locks these pedals in place and keeps them from sliding around. That's, I mean, almost more than the problems I have getting things calibrated. First place overall, nice. Ooh, but I did not finish first in the Constructor Championships. So actually I want to leave the championships and see some events, time attack and practice, world ranking. And that's because I think this game isn't supported anymore. You can find a community on the web. It's got race room for new WTCC. Yeah, so then you can get new cars there. Game setting, profile. Go back, set nationality. I thought I had this. No, I didn't. I thought I had this set. I guess it's in Project Cars that I have it set to be the Ukraine. Now, do you just have to, yeah, manually scroll left and right here? Be from Belgium. Set a new profile, delete profile, load profile. Yeah, it seems like I cannot. Yeah, I can't change the name. Profiles, statistics. 20 laps on novice. Oh, nice. 2 pole positions, 20 points. Nice. I wonder why they didn't record that championship result. Oh, because I haven't completed a championship. So there's only 11 races in a season of WTCC. It's kind of interesting. So that's weird. I haven't actually raced Zandvoort yet. That was my best lap time. I'm hoping that maybe there's another screen you can go into that will. Yeah, nope. You're stuck with that profile name. Alright, everybody. Well, thanks so much for anybody who wanders by and happens to check out this game capture of me playing Race 07. This has been, I guess, Clee Stamus with another episode of My Gaming Diary on the Rounding Off Infinity gaming channel on YouTube. I will be back later this week playing more racing games with the Thrustmaster Italia 458 wheel and pedals. Thanks so much for joining in, and I am out of here.